Good morning, everybody. It's December 30th, 2021. My name's Piano Matty B. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni, bring in the data. The FOMO index is at 22 from yesterday's 27. Bitcoin dominance is at 40.3%. 24-hour volumes at 96 billion. And the overall market cap is 2.19 trillion. Give or take 100 million. A major. Add the second or the 9. Well, after yesterday's continued selling pressure, historical norms suggestion that we might see a 10% dip, based on the past 4 dips, has come to fruition. And I take no pleasure in him being right. It actually annoys me, because he's so unbiased and callous. When it comes to market sentiment, he really is the OG market sociopath. When the video came out, a lot of people were quick to comment with my favorite market intelligence measure of this didn't age well, because that day saw a little bit of a pump. But when historical norm is talking about a pattern on the daily, it took days to form that pattern. It will take days for said pattern's probabilities to play out. And that goes for all charts. So if a bear or bull flag on the 4-hour chart took 24 hours to form, it will likely take the same amount of time to invalidate or play out. Let's take a look at a bear flag on the 4-hour chart right now, shall we? So if we take the approximate time it took to form, which is, say, 48 hours, then it will likely be another 48 hours for that bear flag to invalidate or play out. Now, if it plays out, it will likely hit the 43.8 level. Now let's take a look at the invalidation option, where this cute little reverse head and shoulders pattern could form. Because we are roughly halfway through the potential forming of it, which took us 40 hours, it will likely take another 40 hours for it to come to pattern fruition. And that would be around the first day of 2022. Some call it Jan 1 or 1st. Now that time zone will also be when the bear flag pattern will be playing out as well. So our 2 outcomes with the highest probabilities are the bear flag and the potential reverse head and shoulders pattern, playing out roughly at the same time. The bear flag down at 43.8-ish and the reverse head and shoulders pattern at 47.9 level. Now, if we see the reverse head and shoulders play out, it will still take another 40 hours to reach its price target, which is, and say it with me now, that's right, the distance from the head and the neckline up, which is 47.9-ish, and we get to 49.7. Let's call her 50K. And that would be around January 3rd. So an easy way to think about this is with, of course, a shepherd's pie analogy. If it takes us 40 hours to put it all together, mix her up real proper like, and set the oven timer for 40 hours, and that's when she'll be ready to come out. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart and see how those doomy, gloomy patterns can play out. Let me guess, Piano Matty B, you're going to trip the light fandango on the mother of all head and shoulders patterns down at 53K. Yep. You're right. I appreciate your attention to detail, and thanks for asking. If we take the peak of the left shoulder to the top of the head, we get around, 10 weeks. Let's take the head peak and put us out 10 weeks from there. We get the week of January 17th. Now at this point, if we haven't busted through 53K and validating this pattern, there's a high probability of this bearish continuation pattern playing out. Playing out where? Well, say it with me now. Take the top of the head to the neckline, if you will, and extrapolate it down, and you get, and brace yourself, 26K-ish. Shut your mouth. And the timeline on that is roughly the end of February, early March. Of course, these timelines aren't etched in stone. It's not a perfect science. It's more like an art form, really. But Piano Matty B, you're always talking about this head and shoulders pattern that really hasn't formed yet. What about that bear flag that has formed? And yes, you're right, there is a bear flag, and thanks for asking. If we assume that by January 17th we don't bust through 53K and break through the flag, well, 10 weeks after that, or the middle of March, there's a high probability of price action continuing down to that 26K-ish mark. And now you know why I've been harping on this 53K level this past month. Because this is the level that can invalidate both patterns. So what can we do? Nothing. Just wait and see. The market right now is like malls on Sundays in the 80s. Save for the shoe repair guy / keymaker, most of the stores are closed. The mall itself is open for senior speedwalkers and whatnot, but really, there's nothing much going on. So remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected lead. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. A sharp major 7. BitBoy Crypto Morning Tea. Hey, whoa.